I'm with Greg Spalding with Turnkey Credit Advisory, and we've been talking about credit reports, credit scores, FICO scores. But Greg, how does a FICO score, how has it actually been made up? What do I do that makes up my FICO score?
Well, what makes up your FICO score? Different variables that come into play. This is why it's really important to really understand what your report looks like so you can take care of the following. So 35% of your FICO score, and mind you, the scores I'm going to give you are an estimate. Mm-hmm. This is what is agreed to what the percentages are. The actual algorithms are locked deep inside the recesses of FICO. But to start out with, it's 35%. Start with 35%. 35% of your score is your credit history. Obviously, you want to make sure your bills are paid on time. If you drop a particular payment, let's say you're 30, 60, 90 days late, it can be a huge problem. And you can see, I have seen some scores drop over 100 points as a result of it, by missing one payment. Wow. 30% of your score is what's called utilization, is amounts owed. Mm. So if you, let's say you have $1,000 limit on your credit card, and the lower your limit, or lower your utilization, the lower the amount that you owe, the higher your score will be. What FICO wants to make sure is that you can handle debt. Mm. So if you have $1,000 credit card, for example, and your balance is at 800, or the amount owed is at 800, I should say, and what they're saying is that you have an 80% utilization, you can't handle debt very well, and as a result, your score will drop. I tell people you want to keep that utilization. You'll read places they say under 30. I tell people under 10. You want to stay in the single digits. And the reason being is because you want to show that you can handle that debt. 15% of the score is what's called age of credit. So you can have two people. They can have the exact same accounts, exact same mortgage, but person A might have had their credit cards for 20 years, while person B is only had them for 3 or 4 years. Mm-hmm. And that difference can be a huge jump in one's credit score. And the hardest part about that is the only way I should say, to build up your age of credit is you don't cancel your accounts. You got to keep them going. A lot of people will feel that, well, once I become debt free, I cancel all my credit cards. Well, what happens is you also get rid of all that history, and you can't just get that history back. It takes time to build it up. 10% of your score is called mixture of credit. So they mean FICO, they want to see you have a combination of revolving debt, which is credit cards and the like, as well as installment loans, such as a mortgage or a car note or even a personal loan. They want to see a different mixture there to determine if you can handle said debt. And then 10% is what's called new credit, because unfortunately some people, they get a little bit happy, and they'll go ahead and they'll get 5, 6, 7 credit cards in a year, and that can bring a person's credit down as well. If a person is getting a bunch of credit very, very quickly, then your FICO score's red flag goes up and says, why are you looking to get so much credit in such a short amount of time? And as a result, they want to protect themselves, and they go ahead and they lower that score as a result.
Very interesting. Who knew? Thank you so much for explaining that.
It's my pleasure.
If you have any questions for Greg, reach out to me, and I will be happy to connect you with Greg Spalding of Turnkey Credit Advisory.